Hi Taurus, welcome to your September reading. This is going to be a general spread for the sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We'll see what's going on and kind of zoom in on anything that stands out. So this is just a general reading. Anything that wants to come through, it's just for the month of September. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Thank you guys for all of your support, all of your likes, all of your shares, all your subscriptions. I truly, truly appreciate it. I'm trying to get back into doing lots more videos, so let's see what's going on. All right, what is for the sign of Taurus? What's the energy here for the sign of Taurus, please? Star. Oh, this is beautiful. The star to me feels like a gravitational pull. It's like a cosmic alignment is what it's feeling like to me for something you've been trying to manifest for a while. There's something here that feels a little bit mystical when I'm looking at this card right now. Like there's I'm seeing kind of like it feels like fate to me. I'm curious what the star is about, what you've been manifesting. I mean, Taurus has generally been going through a lot of changes the last, few years, but I feel like it's just gotten intensified and intensified, where you guys have been kind of forced, the universe I feel like has aligned to kind of push you to kind of align with what you've truly wanted. It feels very uncomfortable. It feels like a lot of stuff has been coming up. I know for me as a Taurus sun, it's definitely felt that way. There's been a part of me it's just been kind of going within. It's been like manifesting, thinking about things. I've even, writing things on with pen on paper, pencil on paper, to get really clear. I've been feeling a little bit like a piece of driftwood out to sea, not kind of having a direction, kind of like waiting for something to kind of form. So I kind of got a new perspective on that and not giving over everything to, what will be, instead of kind of, making a plan here, in a general state, kind of putting my order out to the universe. To me, this is like putting the order. I'm kind of curious what's around this. 7 of Swords, interesting. This is crossed, helping or hindering you, feeling taken from in the past, feeling like situations in the past took from you energetically and didn't give for you. So this has been kind of what's holding you back from kind of making, I don't know, like, to me it feels like, doing the inner work, the things that have held you back, where you've felt, this is essentially taken from, where things haven't been completely fair, or where things have kind of traumatized you or kind of left those energetic scars. I think there's a new perspective on things coming for you, why things needed to happen in either the way they did, the timing that has passed. There's something about this that feels perfect and yet painful. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah. That's the hero's journey, right? These beautiful lessons. They can be ugly lessons sometimes, but it feels like we see why they're beautiful, and we're seeing why they're beautiful. Queen of Cups. Yeah, that's that energy for me. Personally, when I see the Queen of Cups, this is in the position for me, this higher self, subconscious, what you're not seeing. This is somebody with the pen to the paper. She's looking in her cup. She's meditating on it. She's manifesting it. She's like, what is in here? What am I bringing into the 3D, right? What am I manifesting? Queen of Cups. If you haven't already done this, I definitely kind of make a little 10 minutes a time, maybe in the evening, do a meditation before, and kind of carve out just a time to brainstorm about, what is this star? Because it's clearly coming in. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles, the Chariot. I want to see all the cards. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. Whoa, yeah, there's a blessing coming in. Of course, the bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune. There's clarity coming in about, this is inheritance, but this is about long-term connection, building something here, financially stable position you're putting yourself into. Some of you, this could have to do with like writing. Some of you might be manifesting a book or writings about something. Maybe this is your work. The Ace of Swords to me is about, you know, something is clearing the path for you here, the Chariot, because there's some sort of energy in motion here, and it's about a new beginning. I mean, financially, a new beginning here. So some of you, this may have already started. You may have already met somebody that kind of represents, I mean, we have water, earth here. The King of Pentacles, this is somebody that's slowly, cautiously, carefully moving forward in a certain direction. I feel like once they gain clarity, so this can be external to you. This can be a partnership for a lot of you. Once they kind of gain clarity, I feel like this person wants to talk to make things clear, because I do feel like they have probably been hurt in the past as well as you. There's a slowness to this, but then it goes fast. So it feels like slow, then fast. And then it's like after... especially people that are, you know, it's just like first date type of energy. I feel like there's a meeting. It feels like magic. And then it feels like two people go back and really think deeply about things, how they feel. And then it's like they come back around and offer a pentacle. I feel like there's a coming together for a lot of you. And it feels like there's an energy of not being quite clear about it. I kind of want to clarify this. Wands energy of feeling a little bit trapped, feeling a little bit, it's like beat up. What is this energy for Taurus? Yeah, is this what I really want? Yeah, I see a lot of, yeah, interesting. There's definitely this watery energy around you. The Magician here. I see kind of a perfect fit emotionally. I even feel like ideologically, like ethically. I see a lot of attraction. It's almost like wanting to hold back, trying to like block this off before you kind of have that 1000% clarity. For some of you, I feel like there's this energy where I feel like it's almost a challenge to be radically you. So if you have some sort of profession where you express yourself, I feel like there's something where you're coming into self, where you're coming into like, yeah, this is just my expression of myself. This is what I do. It feels like there's a coming to, it's like a level of confidence is what I'm seeing here with the Chariot. The Wheel of Fortune, yeah. There's a lot of stability surrounding you. I don't know if it's shown up yet, because the outcome is the Ace of Swords, and then you have in this position of your power the Ace of Pentacles. So there's definitely this newness, and it's telling me, especially with the bottom of the deck being the Wheel of Fortune, it's for your better. It's almost like kind of feeling like I hit the jackpot, but I feel like in a way that's in the star energy, which is like something you can't muscle your way through. You have to almost open your heart, right? They're looking into that pond of emotions, that feelings. What's my truest desire? Because I'm seeing it here. It's like just the beginning. It's just starting. And I feel like for some of you that have really held yourself back from being able to be seen, to be discovered, to be experienced by others, it's time to shine your light. It's time to stop hiding. It's time to, because I feel like there's a level where I truly believe that whatever's meant for you will always be meant for you. It won't pass you by. But we also have free will. So if you hide yourself off from the world, how can you be found? And there's another component of that where you could look at it as being selfish. I know that might sound silly, but, well, I have all these things that I'm, you know, healing from and overcoming. I feel like it's kind of this call to action to decide that you're deserving, decide that you're going to have a beautiful, wonderful life, decide that you're going to open yourself up to these experiences that you've been praying for, that you've been asking for. There's an element here of doing. I see like a deep emotional connection. We have the King of Cups over here. I mean, I'm pulling this out a little bit. It feels like the emotional connection that you're seeking. It feels like it comes with, I don't know, it feels like there's a practical aspect of this. And of course I'm reading for Taurus, where certain things have to fit, certain things have to make sense. Maybe like they're general alignment of ideology or way they want to live their life, something like this. But I feel like there's this potential here to really align with a totally new beginning. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords with the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Pentacles, to me, that you're being challenged to kind of dream a new dream for yourself and challenge yourself to be this warrior. Because in my opinion, the most difficult part of this, it's not fighting, it's opening the heart and being a lovingly open, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Healed, you know, healed individual. To me, this is a consciousness shift. It's a realization. It's not an action. Again, it's not something you can muscle your way through. It's just, it is. And once you kind of come to that real revelation, that's the Chariot. I mean, the Chariot is the man walking away. His back is to his kingdom. He's moving in a new direction. He's leaving what he knew. And again, his chariot is adorned with stars. Again, it's like that star energy where there's that pull, that North Star pull to truth. Truth. What is truth, love? What's more true than that? That heart dimension that I've been talking about for so many months, aligning with that for yourself. And to me, looking at this card, what the universe is saying, it's saying take it day by day. Affirm your love for yourself first, day by day. Affirm what you want to experience in your life day by day. It's like these little crumbs that I feel like they add up to kind of unstuck this energy. So you get to this point where it's like, I mean, because when I look at this card, it's mind over heart for me. It's somebody kind of in the stuck position because either there's no clarity given or they're too much in their mind. I mean, either way, there's an element of, I mean, I'm just clearly drawn to this crossed heart energy with the moon. It's like, until you sit with yourself and understand what's here, what's in the center of it all, you can stay here for a while. That seat looks kind of comfortable. She's next to the water, you know. I want to see this in a different way, but yeah, I feel like there's something here new manifesting, and it's kind of coming out of your old story. I'm alone. I don't resonate with anybody. I'd rather just be alone than deal with the world or, you know, deal with my problems. And there's a transformation here. Yeah, Death with Justice card, beautiful. It's talking about from now into Libra season, maybe even to Scorpio season, where there's this massive radical, I feel like, transformation within yourself. Yeah, I'm seeing like this beautiful, I don't know, it feels like there might be an element of external events going on with this, especially with the Wheel of Fortune. So this can be like a person or like a set of circumstances that really leads to, I mean, this is long-term stability. I'm not just talking about financial, like there's a fundamental stability about this. Like the core of this feels very solid. That's where I feel like there's added things to this where it's like ethical alignment with somebody or ideological, or, you know, there's something here that feels more than just, you know, surface level. This feels very deep. This is kind of like the utopian world. So you could be able to create this with somebody if you want, or maybe you're already creating it. This is really beautiful. I love this. I think, you know, with this last 2 years or however long it's been, a lot of us have gone within, of course, right? We have had no choice. But this has caused us to get really, you know, clear, right? That magician energy, clear about what we want. I mean, he has one hand to the sky, one hand to the earth. He's channeling divine energy. He's become this conduit to create anything he wants. So it's the problem when we kind of forget our divinity, we forget our light, where things become a little bit chaotic and distortive in our life. And it's just kind of having that reference point of what that peace feels like. That's why, to me, the best tool is meditation. I know it always goes on deaf ears and I harp on it, especially if you've gotten a personal reading from me. Usually it always comes up. I should just stop saying it, but I can't, because it's the most powerful tool to kind of align your energy, get it really sharp so you can I know it feels like move forward in such a much easier way, less distortions, less problems. What's going on for Taurus for the month of September, please? The sign of Taurus, please. What's going on for them for the month of September? Yeah, there's a turnaround here. So interesting. Feels like after a long time, yeah, I'm getting all these waiting cards, the Hangman, Temperance, feeling sad, feeling at odds, feeling lost. Yeah, there's definitely water, like earth, tiny bit of fire here. This is internal. This is the internal conflict that you're trying to, it's like, come out of alignment with, because I feel like there's been this time, it feels like it's almost been out of your control, where there's things that have kind of felt very chaotic, whether it's just kind of going through a disruption some sort of way and navigating. I'm seeing like a weaving your way to kind of finding harmony again. There's something here that feels very disruptive, very distortive. Three of Swords, to me that's, you know, when you're kind of in this direction going with your heart, and then bam, there's this, it's like kind of getting blindsided. And that's sometimes the mind. Oh, this isn't going to work out. Oh, I'm not, you know, it's something here that's this, it feels just disruptive. It feels like it's purposeful. It's creating, if you're already in a relationship, this more harmonious connection. It feels like you'll see this from a different perspective if you'll give it just a little bit of time. And I feel like, you know, especially if you're already in a relationship and there's some problems and you're not wanting to walk away, I feel like a lot of things can be resolved by looking at the situation and being like, you know what, I'm going to give them the love that they need, but kind of see this as an opportunity to work on my own stuff, because essentially in relationships, it's always a reflection of myself. You know, you are mirrors of one another, and that's the easiest way, I feel, for the universe to teach us lessons, to teach us how to grow. What better way than in the context of a relationship, you know, the things that truly grab at our heartstrings and you know, fully engulf us emotionally, spiritually. I'm seeing kind of like a new, it's like a new perspective. It's like an overcoming. Some of you are feeling really, it's like, how am I saying this? It feels like the last spread that I pulled. It's like, it's almost like so uncomfortable that it creates this breaking point within you, not in a bad way, not in like a breakdown, but it feels like kind of a breakout where I'm going to end this cycle, especially if it's been closed off, if you've been closed off in any type of way, or maybe it's been like, you know, imposed by the government, right? I know a lot of people are being forced to stay at home. I feel like there's like a breakthrough though. It feels like there's a change in this. Because I'm seeing also like the desire to explore, the desire to travel. Oh man, sorry. This just, as soon as I said this came through. I feel like if somebody told me this, I'd be like, come on, lady. But I've been doing this a lot lately. I've been traveling like through meditations, through trance, and exploring the world. Like, no, Whitney, I want to take a trip. But I'm seeing this like exploration. Maybe this is just you looking online about how, when things shift for you, how this is going to settle for you, because I'm seeing like there's a little bit of time here. It's like, use this month to kind of align yourself and get really harmonious in your energy and about what you want to see come in the future for you. This feels like a very heavy message that came through in the last spread as well. So it feels very relevant again, like it wants to be heard again. Again, it feels like through now to the end of the year, now we have Sagittarius energy here. Now until the end of the year, this is the end of the year, there's a lot taking place. I feel like there's an element where I think a lot of us, and I think it's inevitable kind of with what's going on, there's a lot of divide, separation. I feel like even like dealing with things emotionally, and not in a, maybe it might seem like a negative way. Maybe you're not getting the support you need, but I feel like, again, there's a silver lining. It's like looking at this, it's because you can handle it, because the universe is making you stronger, right? When I used to do Muay Thai in Thailand, we'd have to like kick sandbags and like trees, because the idea was to make your shins stronger. This is such a weird analogy. And like you'd get these tiny breaks in your bones, but at the end you'd have like these really like brick hard shins. That's kind of what I feel like. It's to your advantage so it doesn't break in the future, like in a real life situation. Where, I don't know, to me that's kind of the energy. It feels like it's being done for you, not to you. I feel like that analogy was probably lost on a lot of people. So I'm sorry. Let me see. Looking at these cards is beautiful. Yeah, it's so you can see things from a different perspective. I feel like, you know, when I go and in my journey, you know, kind of exploring different healers and shamans and whatever, you know, just kind of exploring this world, to me, it's typically the people that have been more dragged through the mud, that have been really aligned with this, because they have that experience. They know that low, so they can be of service to others simply. The dark has its purpose here, and it feels like you're actually on the cusp of shifting out of it. It's taken a long time. I mean, because it's always an inside job. It can take years or it can take a moment, and that's often when it happens, somewhere in between. Yeah, there's the end of, that's that. Clear your mind and end all your problems. Stop overthinking. End all your problems. Live from the heart. That's a radical revolution. Yeah, then you get the Wheel of Fortune, as I say that. Beautiful. I mean, really, truly, there's an aha moment coming in here for you to, I feel like, be more bold, be more adventurous, be more open-hearted, be more playful, be more, and it's a decision. It's not like somebody comes in and lifts your spirit. No, you do it. I want to see this, sorry, I want to see one more way. I kind of want to ask about this Two of Cups, because I feel like a lot of people do come here for new love. And it definitely feels like there's a silver lining to whatever you guys have been going through in the last few years. But with Uranus, I mean, love does play a fundamental role in our stability, in our pentacle energy, especially for Tauruses. Tell me about this Two of Cups, please. Tell me about this Two of Cups. What's going on here for Taurus? What do they need to know about the Two of Cups, Queen of Wands? Yeah, it's somebody you're going to be very attracted to. They immediately... this is so nice. It's interesting, too. I feel drawn to talk about the presence of, yeah, the Queen of Cups. You're definitely, I mean, this showed up in the first spread. You're definitely manifesting something to do with the love energy, the heart chakra, something that fills your cup as you give to it. Balanced, reciprocal exchange of energy. What I was going to say, though, I like how there's like a slow growth towards the emotions. For some reason that feels important. It feels like other things for you need to align as you, it's like they slowly, this energy slowly opens up your heart. But I feel like once you get to that moment, it's like, oh, I'm already in love. Once I kind of sit down and think about how I feel, because it feels like it kind of goes a little bit faster. It feels like slow then fast. The Queen of Wands, again, somebody you're really drawn to, really attracted to. It feels like sunshine. It feels like, yeah, this is a good choice. And then it's followed by like an actual relationship. Like this to me feels like a key going in a hole and just unlocking. Like, oh, yep, finally found the right key. But it comes with you having this energy of being open, being willing to explore, date if you haven't been dating, without kind of attaching yourself too much to the outcome. The Knight of Wands, he's not tied down. He doesn't even have his feet on the ground. He's like that fire flame, you know, left, right, whatever feels like I'm interested in exploring right now. Because it's telling me there's a timing aspect of this where it feels like the Like it's like the cosmos are aligned. The fruit is here. The grapes are perfect. They're ready to be picked. Don't leave them there too long. They're just going to wrinkle. To me, this feels like this is an opportune time to receive this emotional fulfillment. It feels like because you've done a lot of work to get to there yourself, to get to this place where you're happy with yourself. Yeah, after I feel like a long period about being sad about lost relationships or relationships of the past or stuff that hasn't worked out. I feel like sorry, I'm going on a little bit long. Sometimes I like long videos, sometimes I get over it really quickly. But I do feel drawn to kind of pull a work spread for you guys to see what's going on, because I feel like there's a lot of newness, a lot of changing works, or, heavy thinking about what you do, your place in the world. I kind of want to see what this energy is for you guys. What's the energy for Taurus around work? Tell me about Taurus around work. Yeah. Well, there's that card of thinking. Beautiful. Thinking about, again, what would be most fulfilling, the highest, fulfilling path for you to go on. And to me, the Hangman it's just like kind of being patient. To me, he has his own genius, right? Instead of just jumping on the next thing, he takes his time and waits for clarity instead of kind of going down another detour, which eventually costs more than it gives. Hangman is just being patient, calm, one day at a time, and I don't know, it feels like this has been a long time coming. Whatever you're kind of getting ready to go into, I feel like. Or maybe it might even be something on the side. I feel like there's like an accumulation of energy behind this. So to me, again, it's kind of going in alignment with that Queen of Cups energy, where it's a lot of thinking, a lot of manifesting. Tell me about this Hangman for work. Yeah. Yep. I feel like a lot of you have kind of been tied to jobs that have, it's almost like it's not enough to keep you there long term. Yeah, I see lots of changes here because you're following your path of your heart. Yeah, this is beautiful. It's taken a lot to get here, but it's moving. And I feel like this month to me, and I feel it for myself, it's like head down, working hard, growing, building in this general direction. If you feel like you don't have funding for something, it's like take it one day at a time. Don't think too far into the future, because I see that tendency to project the sadness, the loss, how it used to go for you, that old storyline, how that used to be into the future. It's saying don't do that. That's kind of the cause of this Hangman, why things have felt a little bit slow. And I'm getting it again with the Temperance, right? It's learning to kind of resettle your energy is what I feel. Temper these heavy experiences with what you know is possible, like those really great high mountain peak type of experiences here. And the Lovers to me says there's a new opening. You've been waiting for this for a long time. It's finally becoming kind of clearer what you truly want, or you're making it that way. I feel like a lot of you, especially with this Tower card, there's been external events that have forced you to kind of be in this position of power for yourself, where it's just head down. I can't think about the emotional loss anymore. I'm not in that story. Like, I just need to put my head down and work towards this new direction. Yeah, because in your position of power, to me, this is, kind of feeling not at rest. Inside the energetic being, essentially. He's not even able to sleep. He's up late at night. He's overthinking things. And it's saying, again, don't let the mind distort the path of the heart. That's essentially this card for me, especially in a work reading. It's like, I'm thinking, I know exactly what I want, and then boom, it's like the mind says, well, do you have enough funding, or do you have enough support? It's saying take it one day at a time. These illusions, the not self, essentially, the things that you are not, these things are crumbling down. So anything that's representative of that in your life wants to come down. I mean, this is a beautiful card because it's the crumbling of illusions. The things that you have held, grasped onto as true for you. So this is a blessing. It might come in a difficult way. It might have already come in a difficult way. I feel like, if anybody out there, I feel like I'm being drawn to say drinks, do not drive, do not, don't have these realizations forced on you. That's what I feel like. It's like kind of have this revelation and agree, make a contract with your higher self, your higher being, that I'm going to make the changes that are best for me, and I'm going to keep my mind in this clear, truthful, honest relationship with who I am, essentially, with my that source energy. I'm going to clarify this Tower card here because it's in the position of what you need to know, and it's saying like avoid unnecessary risks is what I want to say. I don't want to say it's like a warning. It just feels like avoid unnecessary risks. Tell me about the Tower. I feel like have your karma really clean, you know, do good things. I feel like because things could just kind of come around and smack you in the butt. Like if you're in traffic, you know, let people go ahead of you. Don't slam on your car horn. You know, that's just kind of the energy I'm getting with this. Because I do feel like there's an energy of being triggered about having to figure it all out, especially with this emotionally slightly out of tune energy here. Yeah, this doesn't feel bad actually, but at the same time, just keep that in mind. It's saying the energy you project is what you're building with. It's your tool, so don't project the not self is what I'm saying. You know, the lower vibrational self that we all have, that we all get triggered by. The Emperor here is the, what's the word I'm looking for? He serves the people. He's a servant of the people with a great responsibility. So if you identify kind of with a light worker, it's saying take this responsibility to be in the higher self, in the true self. I feel like that's the challenge here. If you're kind of aligning to do the greatest work, the Fool. There's definitely a new beginning here for a lot of you. Maybe it's a new job, new work. I feel like it's a really good situation. It feels like there's a lot of harmony, but I feel like surrounding it, though, there's a lot of what ifs. What if it doesn't work? You know, what if? And it's saying just get centered, get grounded in your truth. This pathway is opening up for your greater good. I see more money coming in eventually here, and it feels like more fulfillment because it's in alignment with what the Seven of Cups is. That's that Queen of Cups energy, you know, really thinking about what's truly in your particular cup, what truly matters to you at a core level. And again, this is a slow move, one day at a time in that direction here. Don't overthink things. You'll kind of set yourself up to be in this energetic trap a little bit. Maybe like, I'm kind of getting like positive affirmations. So if you wake up, I'm good, I'm capable, I'm beautiful, you know, whatever it is. It might sound silly. Maybe you just recite it and laugh. At least it starts the day off really well. You know what also starts the day off really well? Eating a piece of fruit. You know, not having these, I mean, I should talk. I kicked coffee for like a year, and now I'm back in the States. I'm like, oh, coffee. But you know, these external stimulants, I feel like, you know, get your day started well. It feels like it starts the ball rolling in a really good way. So definitely at least positive affirmations. I'm gonna kill it today. I'm gonna do awesome. I'm gonna take one step closer to where I'm supposed to be. And be joyful. I mean, that's the Fool. He's heart open. He's walking towards his destiny. What feels like sunshine, what feels like joy. So, all right. I guess I can pull. I mean, if you're not wanting to hear an oracle card, this is the end of the reading. But I'm gonna pull. Let's do another Earth Warriors. I feel like Tauruses really like these ones. I really like these cards. So. That's one additional message for Tauruses for the month of September. One additional message, please. One additional message for the sign. Whoa, too many. One additional message for the sign of Taurus. The Intikana, child of the light. Yeah, again, beautiful. It's interesting. It's talking about the phases of the moon here. I think we have a new moon on September 6th. And it's number 33 here, which is a very spiritual number here, master number. Let's read this. There is a divine light that does not cast a shadow, nor does it cast judgment, even though it reveals truth. A truth that is sometimes hard to acknowledge and requires that we change our ways. True divine light is healing. It's unifying. It brings hope and illuminates the way. Other sorts of light exist on this planet that are not so pure nor so helpful. Those sorts of lights may appear stunningly bright, yet in effect create separation, and increase ego. You recognize genuine divine presence not by how dazzling it may appear at first, but by what your devotion to that divine light invokes in your heart and in your world. It says, in a reading, trust your feelings over appearances. Move away from influences that create fear, negativity, or doubt within you. Reach out for that which uplifts your heart. Spiritual protection is being offered. Refuse to be dazzled by ego masquerading as something spiritual. Through your prayers and effort, spiritual light has been accumulating on the inner planes, even though you may not sense that consciously as yet. There will be an intersection of events and circumstances in your physical world through which that light shall pour forth and manifest itself as grace. Continue with your spiritual devotion. There is something truly good to come of it. The spiritual guidance. In the Incan tradition, Inti is the physical sun and the spiritual presence inherent in the sun's life-giving energy. Intikana is the being who is one with Inti, a child of the sun. In the esoteric mystery schools, solar child and solar angel are terms for the soul, the deeper aspect of us that is connected to the spiritual light. This oracle brings you understanding that there is a new depth of soul connection opening up for you. We enter such a sacred process through a challenge known as spiritual traditions as initiation. When we are faced with a deep unknowing, which is what happens when we are growing spiritually and moving through a spiritual initiation, we have outgrown what our minds are capable of providing. We need more knowledge, more wisdom, more light so that we can find our way through the darkness of initiation and into the blessing of a new life awaiting on the other side of the process. When we turn our attention to the soul instead of applying logic and intellect to figure out yet another doomed plan to conquer the irrepressible evolution inherent in the spiritual path, we finally gain comfort. Hope is a quality of the soul. It also allows us to bear the uncertainty when, according to a greater wisdom, there is something that we cannot know the answer to, at least for now. Hope gives us patience so that we can learn how to feel our soul connection more deeply and grow into the wisdom of the answers we need. We stop fumbling about in the library of the intellect and instead seek out the answer from the source that can provide it, which is the illuminated temple of our own soul. Initiation often involves an element of the unexpected. We typically feel unprepared for it, even though at a soul level, we have been working towards it for a very long time. If it's happening, however, then we are actually ready for it. Such spiritual testing is intimidating to the ego, but the soul knows how to move through the process. Trust your inner self and trust in the light and the unconditionally supportive assistance the universe will lend you to your purpose. Then you can be fearless, impervious to manipulation, and remain steady and faithful in the face of challenge. The solar festival of Inti was the celebration of new life, which was held at the start of a new planting season. It is realistic to cultivate hope and cheerfulness, both in which nurture the heart, especially during initiation. This oracle foretells of a positive conclusion to any initiation of soul. If you or a loved one have been plagued by dark and depressing thoughts, this oracle brings a spiritual intervention of joyful light. Open up to the joyful light of love and peace to fill your heart and your home. You have the power to call this in because you are acknowledged as a child of the light. Rest in the divine light within, imagining that you can peer into your soul and be warmed by the light and life of the inner sun that shines within your soul, which is the true light of Great Spirit. From that place of inner peace, luminous love, and safe refuge, you can proceed with boldness, patience, wisdom, and hope. The oracle asks you to cultivate a sense of self-worth and acknowledge the goodness within you. Without needing to be perfect, you don't just have light within you, you are the light. Remember, shine, we need you. Ooh, beautiful. I love this message for you guys. It feels relevant on all kinds of different levels throughout this reading. It feels like it perfectly ties it together, and I hope you found it helpful. As always, it's a pleasure reading for you guys. Thank you so much for your time, for listening, and for all your support. I truly appreciate it, especially in these times for your personal readings, your donations. It really has helped me. So infinite gratitude to you guys. Thank you so much. And I'll be back soon with more readings. All right. Bye, guys.